adhesive is real strong. That's why I like to use it. You just paint a little bit on, and it holds like iron. Forever!
Is it good on regular latex appliances as well?
Yeah, this will work on just about anything. Glue your fingers together, the brush to your hand. Now what I've done here is I've created a hinge right in the middle of this appliance. I glue right down the middle, attaching the appliance. Now I have a hinge to open up on one side, put the glue on carefully, little by little, working back across the space. And of course the other side will work the same way. Now what I have to do is just attach it right around in here where this upper lip shows through the piece. I don't know if we'll get to it, but the two main things about putting appliances on is getting the appliance glued down nice and flat. And then the other part is this edge, this wafer-thin edge where the appliance meets the skin. This particular edge makes these kind of appliances only good one time. Because once you get glue on them, glue them to the skin, and apply, I use liquid latex and this stuff called Pax. It's kind of like a thick adhesive paste that bridges the gap between the skin and the appliance. It covers the edge. If that made any sense at all. And when you take this appliance off, if I take it off, these thin edges all the way around the mask are destroyed. So that means I have to make a new one of these every time I want to make Eric ugly. Any questions?
Yeah, Carl. When you're applying this glue or whatever you call
Yes.
Mastex glue, I do the same thing with my mask, but I have a problem that when I sweat after about 2 or 3 hours, you start losing your...
Yeah, that's a real problem spot around the mouth. There's a couple things that you can do about it. One thing is that I dilute this adhesive by 50%, so I don't use it full strength. And what you can do around the mouth is go ahead and paint adhesive just right on the face, powder it, paint adhesive on the inside of the appliance or whatever you're gluing on, and powder it. And then what you do is you use a diluted formula of the same stuff to kind of wet the two pieces together as you glue it down. So you get half your glue on the one side, half your glue on the other, so you have 100% glue, and all you're doing is just bonding them together. And by having them powdered, you'll be able to adjust them. If you didn't powder an appliance, and I've seen some people try and do it where they'll paint the whole appliance and then just try and stick it on all at once. You probably think, oh, well, I'll just glue all this and then I'll glue the face and then just stick it on. Well, I've tried that. It doesn't work very well. Although it did make it awfully quick.
And where do you get this adhesive that you're using?
The adhesive, there's a bunch of different places that sell it. There's in New York, it's called Alcone Industries, and they sell all different sizes of this adhesive. You can buy it from like a 1 ounce bottle all the way up to gallons. Occasionally you will glue your subject's lip shut. Depending on whether you like them or not, that could be good or bad. Anyway, this is just continued as I go ahead and glue this whole thing on, all the way across. I don't know. Anyway, I can just continue telling you about all of my adventures in makeup as I glue this thing on here. Here, out of there. Thank you later. Anyway, was a lady by the name of Margaret Becerra. I don't know if any of you are familiar with her. She's not here at this convention, is she? I don't think so either. I heard they were talking to her, but she was busy doing something else. She's a great makeup artist, and of course she does the character that you all know and love. When I do Vincent, I apply my own makeup. That makes it twice as hard. It's one thing to know what you're doing, but to do it on your own face, in a mirror, in reverse, it can make you crazy. Eric, are we having fun yet?
When you do a face that has frontal protrusions like a revolver
Yes.
or something, is there anything special you have to do for that mouth and jaw to work properly?
Yeah, actually, the first time you put that appliance together, it can be done two ways. To make it work a little faster, what I've done is I've attached the upper and lower jaws together and then stick the whole thing on the face. And since it's so big and so fat, you can glue big sections at a time and just stick it right on. Whenever you have something that's very thin and delicate that has a lot of fine edges around the face, you have to work very slowly and make sure you test fit each piece as you lay it down. Otherwise you'll get a wrinkle or a pucker in there, or the thing will be either attached too high or too low, and it won't look right, especially for any kind of close-ups. That's one of the things I really liked about the Beauty and the Beast series, is they paid so close attention to the detail, and they got right up in within inches of Vincent's face, and you never saw a blending edge, you never saw anything. That's amazing. And after wearing the appliance as long as I have, I also give Ron Perlman a lot of credit for doing that day in and day out for 3 years. When this appliance goes on, it really doesn't hurt or feel uncomfortable. What does sometimes bother you is when you take it off, you got to use a scrub brush. No, the remover sometimes. What's the word I'm looking for? Irritates. Yes, that's it. Give her a gold star. Irritates your face. Yeah. It's got some harsh, well, not real harsh, but a little harsh solids to get this glue off.
Are you covering the entire contact area? I mean, entirely? You're not just doing edges, you're doing the entire.
Yeah, well, what I'm doing is I'm gluing the appliance on in sections about 1 inch tall by about a ½ inch wide, and I'm gluing it down each section as I go. And what I do is by looking at the appliance, how it fits around the eye, I'll adjust either up or down. If I see the appliance is starting to pucker, I'll just pull the appliance out just a little bit one way or the other. Yeah, and when you first start out putting your appliances on, what you can do is glue them all down except for about, 1/3 to 1/4 of an inch around the whole outside of the face, and then glue that last. You can just pull it back with your finger by pulling back like that. It'll just peel the appliance right up. Since I've got a little practice, I just go ahead and glue the whole thing down as I go. And what I do is I just rub the brush along the side of his face and just stick it in place. That's one thing, whenever you make a hinge for yourself, you always want to make sure you have a way to get out. You don't want to glue all the way across the top and all the way across the bottom and then have to pull this thing out and try and fit your brush in along side the face.